Hi everyone, it's Forsythia with CactiOnWhite and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to bring you my top 5 for October. So if you want to see the plants that I selected for the month of October, keep watching. So to start off my top 5 for October, I'm going to start it with one of my favorite Hoyas, and it is the Hoya Curtisy Eye. I've heard it pronounced different ways. Again, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'll say that I butcher the name. So I've heard Curtisy Eye, Curtis Eye. I don't know, but this is one of my favorite Hoyas. Look at that. I love the variegation on the leaves. They're a little firm. I think they're just adorable. This one lives in my office and it's doing a lot of great vining as of late, and a lot of new leaves are coming in. I don't know if the camera will focus so you guys can see that. But yeah, it's not focusing, but it's putting out a lot of new leaves. It's doing very well. I'll turn it around here for you guys. Some folks struggle with these, keeping them alive. I've not had, too many issues with mine. It lives in my office. It sits on my desk, actually. You can see it's in, I think this is an 8-inch pot. But it's doing really, really well. And I thought I would feature it for the month of October because it has been doing so well. And categorically, for this month, I've seen a lot of new growth on a lot of my different Hoyas. So I actually have 2 Hoyas that I'm putting in my top 5 for October. But this is the first one, the Hoya Curtisy Eye. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this particular Hoya, if you have it in your collection. Tell me about it down in the comments below. So let's move on to the next one, which I'll bring in the next Hoya that I'm featuring for this month. So the Hoya Macrophylla is the next Hoya and second Hoya that's in my top 5 for October list. Just look at this, just beautiful. I love the variegation on this plant. It's just gorgeous. I've had it for probably a year to 2 years, maybe 2 at least. And I just love it. It's just a gorgeous specimen. And as you can see here, new growth. It's been vining out more, putting out more leaves, new leaves, and I'm just in love with it. So I thought, along with the Curtisy Eye, that I would add the Macrophylla to my top 5 for October. Give this video a thumbs up if you have this plant as well, if you like this one. How's yours growing? Yeah, just love it. It's beautiful. It's in an uncustomary color for CactiOnWhite, but I ran out. Sometimes I run out of planters, believe that or not, and I have other colors that I've bought over the years, which they typically just sit there and I don't use them. But in desperate times, I will pull out another color other than white and use it. And that's what happened here. And I've just not taken the time to put it in a white planter. But I think it looks pretty good in this green. So eventually it will get moved to a white planter, although it's been in this one probably a year and a half to 2 years. So who knows? All right, so that's number 2. Let's move on to the next plant. So the next plant on my top 5 for October is this beautiful Sansevieria. Look at this beauty. She has really done a lot of growing this growing season this year, this spring, summer, and just thought I would feature her. I am a fanatic for most all Sansevierias. I just love them. And yes, I know that they've been reclassified to the category of Dracaena, but to me, I'm going to stick with, even though I know I'm going to continue to call them Sansevierias. So yes, isn't she a beauty? She's grown tremendously. So I thought I would feature this particular plant. Now, I'm not quite sure what the name of this particular Sansevieria is. It looks like a samurai, but I don't think it's a samurai. I've had this plant for many, many years. Unfortunately, I did not mark it, so I don't know the ID, the actual ID for it. Again, it looks like a samurai, but I don't believe it's a samurai, but maybe it is. If you know what this is, drop a comment down below and let me know. But yes, it's just simply adorable and I love it. And just because it's put out so many new leaves and the new growth has been great, I thought I would feature it. So the next plants are in other parts of my house. And they're in larger planters and I don't want to bring them up here. So I'm going to take you guys to where they are. So let's go see the remaining two. Well, that's three, but the remaining two. So the next plant that I'm featuring for the month of October is my beautiful Monstera deliciosa. And the reason why is because it has been prolific in producing new, beautiful leaves. Look at that one, that's a new one, how wide it is, the fenestration. It's sprawling, and as you can see, in a big planter, which is why I didn't want to bring it upstairs. But yeah, it's just been doing wonderfully well. In fact, all my Monsteras, and I've taken cuttings from this one, and I have another one as well, where I've been taking cuttings. The cuttings are doing well too. I'll show you a couple of those as a bonus. But yeah, I thought I would feature this beauty for October just because she's doing so well with all her new leaves. And she's actually, my grow light is on right now, and she's under that, which she's really appreciating. I'll show you guys there. She's appreciating that glow light, or grow light, I should say. This is one of my other Monsteras that is also putting out a lot of new leaves. There's one that's unfurling. Where is it? Let me find it. Right there. And then we have a new one here. So yeah. And I'll show you some cuttings that are doing well too, or at least just one set of cuttings. So this is a cutting from one of the plants that I just showed you. And you can see how well it's doing. It's produced a new leaf as well. It's doing really, really well. So the next plant that I'm going to feature is my rubber plant. So here's my rubber tree plant. And look how tall she is. So I've had this plant for probably 3 to 4 years, I want to say. And it's lived right here on my island in my kitchen the entire time. It's grown, it grows so well here. So I will probably never move it unless it gets too big for this area, which it's kind of getting there, I guess. I actually staked it up a few days ago because it was sprawling out and it needed a little bit of containment. So I've put some stakes in there and kind of tied it up a little bit. And I kind of like it actually better. More control versus sprawling out. It wasn't in the way of our movement in the kitchen at all, but it did have a more sprawled out look. And I think I like it better staked up. But I did want to feature it for October because it always puts out new leaves. It's continuously putting out new leaves. There's one there. There's one coming there. But it's just a great grower for me. It's an easy plant. You know, who doesn't know about rubber plants? I have the Taneki and one of the other ones, but this, you know, green one is just adorable. Plain and simple, easy care, a great addition to any collection. So yeah, that's why it's featured for October. So the next plant that I want to feature for October is my false Aurelia. I'm fanatical about these. I really, really, really like these plants. And this one is fairly new to my collection. I got it a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month and a half ago, from a Home Depot actually. And I just love the way it looks. The leaves are so shiny. It's doing well. It's sitting next to the Monstera, so it gets, which both are by a window, but right now I have the grow lights on, so they're getting, you know, a little extra boost of lighting right now. But I love the dark stem. Let's see if I can get in there. See the dark stem with the speckles? It's just gorgeous. This is a very gorgeous plant in my opinion. And I love the trunk. Look at that. And I have it in a white planter that I got from IKEA. And it's such a statement plant. You know, it's just such a statement piece. So I really love it, and I thought I would feature it as well. You'll see I have a smaller one that's right above it, actually, right here. That continues to do well also. So what's a top 5 without a couple of bonus plants? And I typically always lose count anyway. So I'm going to throw in a couple of bonus plants for you. One being this Gold Flame Sansevieria. Just look at this. Wow, this incredibly beautiful plant. So the reason why I'm featuring it is because there's been some new growth activity. You can see the pup here. It's growing alongside. So it has a pup. Very proud of that. And so I'm throwing her in as a bonus for October. Sorry for the shaky camera work. And my final bonus plant is my Mohawk Sansevieria. Look at this beauty. I say that all the time, but look how beautiful it is. And the reason being new growth. It put out recently these 2 new leaves. Yeah. Well, I'll go with leaves. It put out these 2, and then earlier this year it put out this one, I believe. But this is my Mohawk Sansevieria, and I can't help but to appreciate it year-round, but because of the new growth, I thought I would add it as a bonus plant. So guys, I hope you enjoyed all the plants that I shared with you that I wanted to feature for the month of October. If you like this kind of content, consider subscribing to the channel. We do all plant content here, anything plant related. Obviously, I have an affinity for cacti, but I also have a large collection of houseplants that I often share on the channel. So if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you're already subscribed, I really appreciate the support of the channel. Continue to share the videos with any of your planty friends. It helps the channel a lot. Turn on your post notifications so you know when I upload a new video. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content today, if you learned something, if you like the plants. You know, give it a thumbs down if you didn't like the plants. That all helps the channel. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.